Swami Vishnu-devananda meeting Master Sivananda for the first time and the incidents that led Swami Vishnu-devananda to live at the ashram. Hari Om Tat Sat.
And then took the next bus, a return bus they take from Haridwar to Rishikesh and back. Because I had to catch the evening train back. I don't have much time now left. So I can go to Rishikesh, just have seen this man and then come back. That's all my desire. So I arrived somewhere, I think in May or June, I think. June 46. That's almost 20 years ago. 46, 56, almost 21 almost. And Master, I left and arrived there. Rishikesh, and this bus goes and stops just in front of the, not far away from the ashram. From that onwards, the pilgrims has to all walk around this. There's a hanging bridge, and cross the hanging bridge, go to Sarvashram, where Master used to do penance before, and then pilgrims will cross across the ferry. A free ferry is given, and the ferry comes and stops back again in front of the bus where the ashram is situated. So first I didn't go to ashram, I took the walk with the pilgrims, so I want to find out what it's all about. And it's on the way, a lot of holy men and Swamis with the orange robes and bears and every type of people you will see. And then came to Sarvashram and then crossed the ferry, took the ferry and came to ashram. Ashram was in a very poor state at that time. During the war, everything was slow, and the kitchen was in dilapidated state. But as I came, Master was sitting. I expected that he must be sitting on a tiger skin, all the ideas I had about how a saint should look like, and people will be all standing with reverence and so forth. But I came and I saw a few pilgrims and visitors came to see him, and he was sitting on a platform, a concrete platform, and the rest of them, some of them standing, some of them sitting and asking several questions, just like a press conference going on there. But when I looked at him, one thing is quite different. He is not like any other person I ever seen in my life. I could never forget the first time I ever seen. There is nothing but a man. When he smiles, the face just literally looks like a sun, and his body is literally glowing. His skin is so soft, and there's the light emanating from his body all the time. That's my first experience. And I was only a small boy. There were so many people there, and everyone was asking questions. I never even dared to ask a question to such a man. So I was satisfied. I just silently back and left the place. I didn't ask one question. I only stood for 1 minute there. That's all my first contact. And he didn't see me. I was far away in the crowd. I went back to my camp in time. Then I had my leave after some time, 28 days. You get first time leave. My parents were by that time were all didn't know what happened to me, and I didn't reach the cousins, and there are big things going on at the back home. At last I wrote only after 3 months or 4 months only I wrote where I was. By the time I already contacted my master, and I knew I met him, everything all happened so fast. So now going back to home. So first thing I'll stay 2 days at least in his ashram and say learn what I can learn from him. So I want to find out more about it. So I just came back in a small, this thing I got out of the rickshaw, that is the conveyance from Rishikesh. And then I was just going to his cottage, his ashram. At that time he was also coming from his afternoon. I think he'd go to the small office there. He finished his office work and he is returning back to his cottage in the Ganges band. And there's a small group of his disciples following him as a procession. And I was still egoistic and I was a learned person. I don't want to go before a saint or a man because I'm more educated than anyone else I knew. And it is a customary that you have to go before a Swami, especially a saint like Swami Sivananda. It's naturally we had to go, and I didn't like it. So I just moved away from the path so that let the procession go away and I need not go. And to avoid the frustration, just prostrating before a saint, I just moved out and took in a corner and stayed there. But as the procession came and suddenly it stopped and he just came to my direction. And he asked me, "Are you coming from Jalandhar?" I said, "Yes." And then he prostrated before me. I never cared to prostrate before me. He touched my feet. And he taught the first lesson, the humility, which I didn't have even still, as very little I have. That's my first lesson I received. And absolutely a saint where the ministers, prime ministers and presidents all come to and bow before him. Here is a man, absolutely a stranger, a stupid boy, standing with all his egoism. I think all about, I knew about the world, about things, and he just come and has to get away from his actual path and come out from the path and to ask a question and to teach me a first lesson. And that's my experience. So I learned from him. He's not like any other Swami or a saint, because all of Swamis will never go with another man, my God. If a Swami goes before another person finished, his spirituality has gone down. They never go, they always keep their head high. The moment you become Swami, you are not allowed to go before anyone. That's the rule. And here is a man broke all those rules. And not only young men, old men, children, doesn't matter, anyone he prostrated before, animal, doesn't matter what it is. So in his practical life he showed humility. That's my first lesson. Second lesson, to cut short, it is Friday evening, they were worshipping the Ganges. It's a beautiful time, everyone is enjoying. And the atmosphere is marvelous, because first time you come, everything is wonderful, anywhere, any spiritual. After some time you stay, things become, you don't see the same beauty. But the first experience was marvelous. And the disciple of Swami Sivananda came with flowers and made a small, tiny paper lamps, and they were floating the paper lamps on the Ganges. And they're worshipping the Ganges. It's Friday is devoted for worshipping the Ganges, a flowing river. For me, I'm skeptical, and though I was brought up in a Hindu religion, I don't care about all those kind of rituals. So I was just thinking, what kind of foolish disciples Sivananda is having. They don't know ABCD of anything, they don't know anything about H2O, the water is made of hydrogen and oxygen. I learned all about it in the school, I know everything about it. These illiterate disciples, I was just feeling myself as superior to them. So I was just observing their whole ceremony, just more as curiosity seeker. And suddenly, the Sivananda also came and joined his disciples. And I said, what kind of man he is? He's not an ordinary man. He's saint. Not only that, he also was a medical doctor. He knows all about H2O. So why he has to worship a flowing river? I was thinking like that. And just at the moment he turned back, just a second and looked at me, I was mentally thinking, and the thought reached him, and just look at it, and look at this foolish boy. He knows everything, he knows because he knows a little bit of H2O. And then there comes my second lesson. Everything changed. The whole Ganges vanished. with a one bright light, everything merged. Just giving one simple message, everything is God, even this flowing Ganges is God, the mighty Himalayas is God. There is nothing except light appears. So he thought, do not use your intellect to find out the truth. Truth is far beyond your understanding. You are nothing spiritual life. You are not. You don't know ABCD. See, so he taught me second lesson. Well, that's enough for me. No more, because I am not ready for anything else beyond that. Then I went home, and then it came next year, 1947. It was Diamond Jubilee celebration. The war is finished, and they asked me whether I would like to continue to stay, and they will make me big officer, and they will make me promotions and everything. As I finished my army life, I got what I want. I go back to my thought of settling as a simple school teacher and become a teacher and help these boys, illiterate boys in my hometown, in village. They don't have much education. I think that's the best profession, I thought. So I can carry on my meditation, my helping these children. And so I tried to settle in my hometown. But 47 came, and I had to undergo a special teachers training course for this purpose. Anyhow, the invitation comes for its birthday celebration, which they sent to every all. And that comes my last understanding. My home life is coming to an end. By that time I was now almost 18 now. So I want to go and visit Master for his birthday and get his blessing. Now I didn't see him more than a year now. So I had collected enough money to got the return ticket, and 15 days I took off to leave, and I was supposed to be back within 15 days. My mother was following to the railway, to the bus station. As she was following, I was about to get into the bus. I looked at her, and there was a message, I will never see her again back home. I said, what am I talking? I'm coming back in 15 days. But no, I won't come back. That's not the message. I was terrified. No, I cannot leave my parents. I was so attached to them. I was timid, and how can I go? But that was the message. I left. In fact, so many things happened on the journey, which I'm going to skip off. Arrived Rishikesh. 1st September 1947. The celebration of the birthday was 8th September. And many devotees are started slowly coming from all over India for this special occasion, the 60th birthday. And the evening when I was standing there, and they gave me some small duty, a lot of monkeys there, and they put a kind of lintern to dry in the sun. And monkeys come and disturb and take everything away. So they asked me to guard those. They gave me simple duty. Everyone was allotted certain duty. So I was just guarding the monkeys and looking after these things. Master was passing by that and looked at me. You stay here. I said, yes, Swami, I said. I don't know why. And then I realized the message I got when I left home. I said, I'm not going to come back. And the message is here now. This time he said, stay here. And that's how I stayed there. I was not prepared. I didn't have no intention to stay. And then life was very struggle because my parents were pulling one side and my master is pulling another side. There was tug of war for 6-8 months. The tug of war went on very badly. I couldn't take anymore. I want to go back home, but I don't want to go back home. And parents started writing letters to come back. And so the tug of war went at last. I approached Master. I don't know what to do. So I approached him. Please tell me now, I don't know what's my right to go and serve my parents, as it is our custom in India. Old parents, we have to go and serve. Or I should serve you. And he said one simple word, Mada nasti pida nasti. There is neither father nor mother for you. And they accepted his words and they stayed. And so went on. And then I thought maybe now he's interested in me to stay, so he's going to initiate me into all meditations and make me up in the spiritual heights. I was imagining all those things because I heard a lot about spiritual experiences, meditation and all these things. But soon he dispelled that kind of foolishness. Hard work, service is important. Next morning he asked to take all the guest clothes and go and wash in the Ganges. My God, I never even washed my own clothes in my home. Because I come from Orthodox family, so I belong to servant class, washing the clothes and sweeping. This never an Orthodox hair caste will never do. We never touch a broom in our life. If you do, we think it's considered below our dignity. This way we are taught. So all belong to servant class. Now here I had to go and wash others' clothes. And that's the way you start the first lesson. Well, if you want to reach somewhere, be humble. Forget about superiority, higher caste. Everything has to disappear, which you heard yesterday in his own talk. How he went and prostrated before the untouchable and made him his first teacher. So what he did exactly, he would repeat the same thing to all his disciples. He never gave promises he's going to illuminate and touch yourself and then initiate and take you to the higher heaven. No, hard reality. Work hard. 24 hours he will give you. He will keep you busy. And then at last I became his personal assistant and so on. So many things I skip off. Then Master also made me, when the Forest University was opened in 48, first time after a year and a half actually, he started teaching yoga scientifically to all the people. So he took 4 or 5 of his disciples and allotted one particular yoga as the chief professor. So one for Vedanta, one for Raja Yoga, one for Karma Yoga, one for Bhakti Yoga. And I was still 18 only, and he put me in charge of Hatha Yoga section at that time. And that's why the first time we start teaching the yoga to other visitors and guests. So I started learning much from that onwards. I learned more yoga by teaching than by studying. There's so many things you have to learn. When you teach, you learn more than anything else. So the master used to praise me in front of the people. Sometimes he criticizes me, but mostly he praises. But when the egoism goes up, he knows how to punish too. So he praised me, Swami vishnu-devananda is a great yogi and this and that in front of the people. So egoism came, maybe that's right, I'm a great yogi now. Because I'm teaching a little bit of yoga, a little bit of exercise. So egoism will start building up. Instead of removing the egoism, it starts becoming more concrete. So I thought maybe yogi should have beard and flowing hairs. So I started growing beard and a little bit of long hair. Because without that you can't become a yogi, because people don't respect you, you need all those external things, a nice beard and a nice hair flowing, it looks a majestic appearance. So I started making real yogi. Next day, few days after, he was watching my beard growing. So he asked, "Oh, Vishnu Swami, now you want to become a great yogi now." Very simple word. He saw me egoism building up. Instead of removing this and become servant, I must start behaving like any other person there. He never allowed. That was sufficient. Immediately went and shaved. Okay, I will be just like a normal man. And that's what second. So he never allowed to build up this kind of show business, hypocrisy. Because he lived just like a plain man with the humanity. He wants his disciples to also to live with them. It's not something like a going up or seated up. And then afterwards, then I became his personal assistant and